Getting started today, we welcome the mayor of the city of Jackson, Daniel Mahoney. Mayor, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Bart. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Nice to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Really good. Appreciate the invitation to come on today.
Yeah. It was nice to see you 2 days in a row. Last night, you were one of the speakers at the Freedom Fund banquet. Very nice event.
Yeah, that is, the NAACP will always be a priority on my list of places that I feel called to serve. I said it last night. I mean, the NAACP is where I cut my teeth in public service. It is where I got my start at, where I found a way to properly advocate for change in the community that I come from. So NAACP will always have a special place in my heart.
Here's some photos from last night. You delivered a challenge. You also had family members participating. Miss Juneteenth. I think she's related.
Yeah, that's my oldest baby girl right there, and she had to come and represent for Miss Juneteenth. You know, it's nice. Last night, she sung the national anthem and the Black national anthem to kick the night off, and she is just growing into a special person of her own. Last night, the biggest thing that I was thinking about as I sat back and listened to her singing is, today they are introducing her as, this is the mayor's daughter, Callie Mahoney. Pretty soon they'll be introducing me as her dad, because she's going to be a special person. She, is not afraid to speak up. And
I think you're right. And also a special person is your wife. She was honored by the branch with a special award. And the awards this year named after those freedom fighters from past who have passed away.
Yeah. Yep. So Simye won the Sadie and X Rhodes Barham award last night, which, that was really special. I've seen the work that she's put in for the branch. She's been the branch secretary for almost 4 years now. I think it's been almost 4 years, and that is the most laborious position to have in the branch. You do all of the membership work, you do all of the minutes, you do all of the communication to members. And it's so much involved in being the secretary, and just the type of person she is. She goes over and beyond in anything that she does, and she's been very instrumental in supporting our president, Alicia Williams, and supporting the branch in as many ways as she possibly can, and just doing the work. So it's nice because a lot of times she's there to applaud for me and to cheer me on in the work that I'm doing in the community. And last night was an opportunity for me to stand up and cheer for her. And, I'm proud of her. And guess what? Today is our anniversary.
Well,
so
happy
to
anniversary.
my wife, where's the camera? Hey, Simye, I love you. Happy anniversary. I would not want to do life with anybody else. And I'll see you later. Today is our anniversary.
Happy how many years?
13 years married, 22 years together.
Nice.
She's been my girlfriend for 22 years.
That's great. Well, I hope you get a chance to have an anniversary celebration.
Yeah, absolutely.
You mentioned in your talk last night how you were inspired to serve the branch, but also to serve the community by Carl Breeding. What was the encounter that is responsible for you getting into public service?
So, we moved back home from college with intentions to do something. I didn't know what, but we looked all over the place. We looked at California, Georgia. We looked at North Carolina. We looked at Lansing. We looked at staying in Ann Arbor. And we both wanted to come home and be closer to family. And I had stopped over to visit my Aunt Kathy my father's sister, who was married to Carl Breeding. And I stopped over, and Uncle Carl was walking up at the same time as I was. And, we exchanged the general pleasantries that we always do. And then he said, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, okay, I just moved back. I'm working in wireless. I'm, doing music still. I'm doing this, that, and the other. And then he said, okay. And he said, well, okay, but what are you doing? And I explained a little more for what I thought he was actually asking me. And, well, I'm here to see Aunt Kathy. I'm just coming by to check on you guys and see how you're doing. And, my mom's doing okay. And he said, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm like, what are you doing? He said, you know what? Don't worry about it, because you'll get it. You'll understand. You'll get it. And I kind of went on. Later in that year is when I started to figure out what it was that I was supposed to be doing. That's when the back to school bash started. That's when I first started helping with my Aunt Gail's campaign at the time. And I really started realizing that there was a larger and more important calling on my life than the things that I was doing at the time. And the question that he was actually asking me is, what are you doing for other people? What are you doing for this community? What are you doing to help the community problems that we have? What are you doing? And that's something that has resounded in my mind since that day, since that conversation of what are you doing? And then, if you don't know anything about Carl Breeding, he is not just known in the city of Jackson. He's not just known in the state of Michigan. He is known all across the United States. For anyone who has been involved with the NAACP longer than he's been passed away, they knew who Carl Breeding was.
Yeah, in fact, Garland Gilchrist mentioned him as well, having
Absolutely.
known him through the state NAACP.
Yeah.
All right, a couple things happening in the city of Jackson. We have a vacancy on the city council.
We do.
Are there people applying? This is because Karen Burnell resigned.
Yeah, Karen decided to go off and get married on us, Bart. She went off and got married. I tried to convince her husband to move here. They wasn't having it. So Karen is engaged to be married. She's moving to Lansing, therefore she's vacating or has vacated that Fifth Ward seat, and it is now open, and we're going to have to go through the process of appointment. But the application is open right now. Tomorrow night we will have a discussion with the city attorney to lay out the process of appointing to that seat. There's been some changes made to how appointments to a council person seat works. So that he's going to update us on that and let us know what that process looks like. And we will soon have a new Fifth Ward council person.
Yeah, the last time there was a vacancy, I believe it was the resignation of Kelsey Haggett. It was pretty quick. The council filled that position. And I think the fact that it was so quick that became controversial to the point where changes were made, right?
Yeah. Well, I can't speak exactly to what happened at that time because I don't know, because I was across the street minding my business as a county commissioner. But I will say from my experience in having to reappoint even at the county level, that it's something I don't enjoy doing because I feel like that responsibility is super heavy for us to try to figure out who best represents the constituents, the citizens of that particular district, of that ward in this case, and that's really the input and the feedback that I'm going to heavily be relying on is what are the citizens of the Fifth Ward saying they want to see? I think that's the most important part.
Are there people that have already put in their applications?
I don't know because I haven't asked yet.
Okay.
I haven't asked. I know that the city manager and I spoke a little over a week ago, and he was asking, do you think we should put it on the social media? And I said, I think that we should. I think we need to go ahead and put it out there that appointment can be applied for through the city website. And then city council tomorrow night will kind of make some motions to say, hey, these applications are closed on this date, but we want to give people ample time to put their application in. It's a really great time to serve. I will say that. It is a really great time to serve. Any time's a good time to serve. But, I think this particular council that I'm so fortunate to serve with right now are very laser focused on moving the community of Jackson, the city of Jackson forward in a positive place. And everyone's willing to compromise to make sure that we are making decisions that are the best for our citizens. So it's a really good time to serve. I will say that.
All right, real quick, the other thing I wanted to ask you about, the developers of the Hayes had hoped that in September they would have a groundbreaking, and I think they were hoping maybe by November. As that got delayed, what's the? I heard that might be even pushed back further.
Yeah, so I've been told that there's going to be some delays. I think they've asked for an extension to April. It's a $30 million redevelopment, and $30 million is not easy to come by. And I think they've got a small gap on the scale of $30 million. The gap that they're looking to fill, in my opinion, is small on the scale of $30 million. So they've got a small gap that they're looking to fill and need some time to be able to get it done. But they've invested quite a bit of money already into the project. So we don't see this as a sign that they're going to back out or back off in any way, but just that they're trying to make sure that they do their due diligence to make sure everything is in line. So once they take possession of the building, they can go full steam ahead without any hiccups or any stops in making this project work and making it go forward.
All right, very good. Thanks for the updates and thanks for being here today.
Absolutely. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it, and hope you and the rest of Jackson have a good day.
Thanks. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much.
The mayor of